Something strange is going on inside the Cowboys organization, and Jerry Jones just leaked the truth on it, and I'll tell you what, it's absolutely sickening, especially with what happened yesterday in Washington. We'll get you all you need to know on this matter right here on Cowboys Digest. Welcome, everybody. I'm Jace Andrews. I appreciate you watching, tuning in, and hanging out with us here on the show. Hopefully, you had a Merry Christmas with your family yesterday. If you don't celebrate, hope you're having a good, happy holiday season and are spending time with your friends and family. And we do want to say thank you for taking the time out of your day to spend it here with us on Cowboys Digest. As we enter into the new year, I invite you to subscribe. We are one subscriber away on YouTube from 11,000 subscribers. It would mean the world to me if you could just go down there and hit that subscribe button. It helps me immensely, and it helps us grow as a community here on YouTube. I'd also like to invite all of you watching on Facebook to hit that follow button. It's 100% free to do that as well, and it helps us in the same way. So really do appreciate each and every single one of you, whether you subscribe, follow, or not. We're just happy you are here. Let's talk about the Dallas Cowboys, because yesterday a 30-23 victory was great, and don't get me wrong, watching it with my family, getting to root on the Cowboys, having them win the big Javonte Turpin touchdown was fantastic to see, but after all of it, I'm not going to lie, it was just a feeling of, well, that's great and all, but we're ultimately looking at draft order at this position, and it stinks to be in that, but at the same time, I understand that that is what's going to make the Cowboys better in the future. Draft position. As of right now, they have the 15th draft slot heading into the 2026 NFL Draft. That, of course, is before the Week 17 officially kind of gets going here on Sunday and Monday, and we'll kind of get the updated position after that. Now, of course, those are all well and good. The draft position, the game being a win, for sure. But what today is about is some interesting decisions made by Matt Eberflus, and then today some interesting comments made by Jerry Jones. And a lot of the season has been talking about how Matt Eberflus is not a good defensive coordinator, and I think most of us could have told you that before the season started, that he is not a good defensive coordinator. However, the Cowboys just continued to go on and let him play, and after the Broncos game, I contended he should have been fired. He was not. Now we sit here and say, okay, at the end of the season, he has to be fired, right? Well, it seems as though that might be a thing, especially after yesterday allowing a team whose quarterback was Josh Johnson have over 328 yards with a 100-yard rusher, and Deebo Samuel gets 68 yards in his whatever season he's on. It just shouldn't be that way. I understand 23 points is not a lot to give up. However, it shouldn't have been even close. Let's be honest. It should not have been close. And that contends to the point of Matt Eberflus is just not built for this time. And I don't get it. And Jerry Jones continues to outpour that things need to change on the defense. Things need to be better. And he keeps giving us these little hints of, oh, yeah, maybe he's going to fire, maybe. But at this point, we're almost to Week 18. They're going to play one more game, and we're going to be done. Play the game and fire Eberflus the day after, and that's kind of what it seems like it's going to be. So here's the quote from Jerry Jones and kind of the update, saying, quote, "I'm sorry if I have let my enthusiasm for the win yesterday misrepresent. No, not at all, pleased. We got a lot of work to do over there, but we can do it," end quote. This was Jerry Jones talking about the defense, the scheme, and all about it. Now, he went on to a long tangent about it, and it's not really worth our time to dive into everything he said, because that was the important quote. The important thing is, you may have won yesterday, and he was very happy about it. Jerry Jones always is when the Cowboys win, as he should be. The GM and the owner, you're happy when they win. But he said the right thing today. That doesn't mean that the problems aren't still there on defense. That doesn't mean the problems still aren't a thing scheme-wise, and that Matt Eberflus is literally a virus to this Cowboys organization. That is what he is going to be compared to, because he hasn't done anything. And what's weird on top of this all is the situation that happened yesterday that Jerry Jones also kind of quoted in this whole defensive conversation about a trade piece the Cowboys went out and got on a position of need, and now Matt Eberflus has decided that he's not going to play, fully benched him. And that, of course, is Logan Wilson. Now, I'll have my opinion on here in a second, and I see a lot of Cowboys Twitter saying that Logan Wilson hasn't been good and that him getting benched is the right move and the trade was useless. And while I don't contend the trade was useless, I think that it was, for all intents and purposes, not much, I still think he should be playing. Now, again, this is not a product of Logan Wilson is a good linebacker. In fact, I contend that he has actually gone down since his Super Bowl season with the Cincinnati Bengals. In 14 games this season, he's got 63 tackles, with 31 of those being solo and 1 recovered fumble. He has not hit the QB. He's not been really a pressure linebacker. He's been a coverage linebacker. But at the same time, I don't think he should have not played yesterday. And it seems as though Jerry Jones thinks the same thing. And I'm going to be the messenger here and just say, as a Cowboys fan, we all know what Jerry says goes. And what Jerry said today was intriguing to me. Quote, I don't have an explanation for you on why Wilson wasn't in there. We plan to have him in there. He needs to be in there. He has good instincts. End quote. Now you see the ... He continued on saying Wilson's a good linebacker and the reasons we got him and all this. And Jerry Jones is not a coach. We understand that. And I think a lot of us want him out of the whole trying to be a coach. And I get that. But at the same time, we've played this game long enough. Jerry Jones has his ways. And if he is in these coaches' meetings like he usually is, and if he knows what's going on in the organization as he does, then it's weird to me that Logan Wilson was planned to play, and then as soon as they get to Washington, there's no designation of injury. There's no reason why he's not there. He's just not there. Now, does that mean he should play? I don't necessarily know. Now again, you talk about Cowboys Twitter, it seems as though Wilson is just a virus as much as Matt Eberflus. He did not play a snap yesterday, and probably means that right now, 2 of the league's worst defenses in the Bengals and the Cowboys benched him in 2025. And of course, Marcus Mosher here saying it's over, which it's been over. But the point that I'm trying to make is maybe he doesn't deserve to be out there as much as you would think. And the linebacker depth chart, you've got Kenneth Murray Jr., Logan Wilson, DeMarvion Overshown, Shamar James, and Maurice Liafu. The point I'm trying to make is that Logan Wilson is better than Kenneth Murray Jr. Logan Wilson is better than Shamar James. And before you come at me and say, well, guys, it's Jace, it's okay, though, because Shamar James, he's a rookie. We have him for a couple of years. They're just trying to get him more reps. Or Kenneth Murray, we signed him. We were traded for him. We need to get him. We need to get him snaps. Okay, cool. But Logan Wilson is also going to be here for the next couple of years. And you're telling me he is putting up a worse PFF grade or a worse grade, a worse tackling performance than Kenneth Murray or Shamar James? 39.8, 82nd out of 8 D2, 82nd out of 86 linebackers. 40.2, 81st out of 86 linebackers for Shamar James and Kenneth Murray. They're not good linebackers. Am I going to sit here and contend that Logan Wilson is? No, he's not a good linebacker. He's gone downhill. But just for reference, his PFF grade is better. He's going to be here for at least a couple years. They could cut him. I'm sure they could. In fact, I think the Bengals were going to cut him. He's not an expensive piece, and they didn't give up much to trade for him. But at the same time, this is a guy who was a leader on the Cincinnati Bengals defense before he got benched. This guy was a tremendous leader. And in my position, if I'm the defensive coordinator here, am I going to sit there and play 2 guys who have played a lot this season for the Cowboys and have shown no growth? Forget Shamar James. More Kenneth Murray. Shamar James is a rookie. I understand playing him. Not trying to get at him. Kenneth Murray's done nothing this season. He's going to be cut this offseason. He stinks. If he's not, he might not be a contract. I don't know. I'm not for sure. It just doesn't make sense to me. And maybe you have a better take or opinion in the comment section. And get down there. Let me know. Why in the world do you think that Kenneth Murray deserves more snaps than Logan Wilson? And why is it that Jerry Jones says different things than Matt Eberflus? Why is it that Jerry Jones has continuously done this season? For a lot of us, we thought that Brian Schottenheimer was just going to be a puppet to Mr. Jerry Jones. But it seems as though Jerry's more out of the organization than he's ever been. And so this is all just kind of a weird thing, and the defense needs to get better. The defense needs to get better. That's the ultimate thing. They're 30th in yards allowed per game. They're 32nd in passing yards allowed per game. They're 20th in rushing yards allowed per game, and they're 31st in points allowed per game. They are literally the 3rd worst or worst team in every single defensive category besides rushing yards allowed, in which yesterday they allowed 100-plus yards to Corey Cross-Keemer. I understand one of those was a very long run. We get it. It shouldn't happen. And Matt Eberflus, as soon as that Monday comes,
Black Monday, whatever you want to call it, he should be fired. And if he's not, it's negligence and malpractice on the matter of Jerry Jones. We appreciate you watching. You hope you have a great rest of your day, and we'll keep you up to date on everything you know for the Dallas Cowboys. For now, though, peace out.